Hello and welcome to the history of the Ghostbusters. Today's episode will be covering Janine Melnitz. And here we go. Janine Melnitz was a receptionist that worked for the boys in gray at the firehouse. She, like the four Ghostbusters and Slimer, is usually present in all Ghostbusters media. Ghostbusters 1. Janine was the first person hired to work at the firehouse. She staffed the phones and kept track of appointments, calls, messages, etc. She showed a romantic interest in Egon Spangler, but he didn't return her advances. While initially extremely bored with her job and seemingly indifferent to the business, the moment she received an urgent plea for assistance from the haunted Sedgwick Hotel, she roared out a joyful, "We got one," and enthusiastically activated the muster signal for the primary staff. Once the Ghostbusters picked up more and more clients, she began to complain of being overworked. After Dr. Vakeman implied that perhaps she'd find more pleasure in another low-wage job, she took offense, but stopped her complaints. When Walter Peck showed up to shut down the storage facility, she tried to stop them, but the police captain, along with all of Walter's paperwork, gave her no choice. Before the explosion at the firehouse, she kept watch with Egon over Louis Tully. After the Ghostbusters blew up the State Puff Marshmallow Man, sending Gozer back into his own dimension, Janine is seen at the entrance of the building hugging Egon as he heads into the Ecto-1. Ghostbusters 2. In late 1989, Janine was rehired following the Ghostbusters' capture of the Scoleri brothers during their trial. She soon responded to a new phone call. After hearing what the customer says, she smiled and replied, "Yes, we're back." In weeks after, the Ghostbusters were flush with business. In one instance, she was entrusted with 2 traps by the guys and walked off to deposit the ghosts in the containment unit. She becomes attracted to Louis Tully, the staff accountant. Vankman hires her to babysit Dana Barrett's son, Oscar, while he went on a date with Dana. When Louis asks her out, Janine has to decline, but invites him instead to come with her to babysit. They end up making out in Peter's apartment. Later, when the Ghostbusters are stuck at the Manhattan Museum of Art, she lends Louis one of Egon's uniforms. Ghostbusters, the video game. Janine retains her job of monitoring the phones at the firehouse, arranging appointments, and other secretarial work involved in keeping the Ghostbusters business operating. She is seen in the scene before the rookie is introduced. She is holding calls and getting rather odd ones when a customer wants to know if they can contact a dead relative to get the combination for a safe. If the rookie sticks around for a while in between investigations, he can hear some of Janine's phone calls, including some complaints of having used up all of her float holidays, copier problems, and a mix-up involving ordering dragon's blood, and general remarks on the franchise of the Ghostbuster establishment. Hey, thank you for watching the history of the Ghostbusters. Special thanks to the Ghostbuster Wiki and all contributors for all information you heard today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you can. If you have, thank you, and have a nice day. Bye-bye.